Hi guys, Bobby Gass here. This is a contest response for Edwin, PrettyGreenVinylGuy. He wants you to do a contest entry where you show records from other places around the world. Most of my collection is Canadian. I'm a Canadian. I don't have an awful lot of overseas stuff, but I do have stuff, 45s and albums. I'll show some of it. I mean, I've got 45s from New Zealand, Australia, Czechoslovakia, France, Italy, Hungary, Germany, England, Ireland, and of course the United States. But my majority of 45s is mostly Canadian, and American too, but mostly Canadian. But let's get on with this thing here. Anyhow, no, wait a minute. I met Edwin. I met him, I think it was last year or the year before, at a Dr. Mouth, no, it wasn't a Dr. Mouth yard sale, it was some sort of record sale, first one I ever went to. He invited me to it, and I went there, and I told Robbo about it, and met him there, and also Rob, Vinyl 79 guy. Actually, Edwin was the 19th guy from the VC that I've met. And that place was, I didn't get to talk to him much. He gave me a record, too. I can't even remember which one it was. Was it Joe Jackson? Talking Heads? I can't remember. Sorry, Edwin. And this is going to be a long video, I can see. Anyhow, Edwin, I couldn't really talk to him. Everybody busy, and I was outside. I'm not into the crowds. It was my first record show, and my last one, actually. And I was outside smoking cigarettes most of the time, talking about smoking smokes. Yep, Bobby likes the hallucinogens. We're used to. So where was I? Edwin, oh yeah. So when I got in there to the record show, I just yell at the top of my lungs, Edwin, hey Edwin! I'm not shy. There's hundreds of people there. And all of a sudden I hear, oh there, that's Bobby. And I turn around and I look and it's Rob. And I go, hey, how you doing, Rob Vinyl 79? I had already met Robbo outside. And and then all of a sudden I'm talking to him, talking to Rob Vinyl 79, and Edwin shows up, and I recognize him right off the bat. I never seen him again, except maybe once I walked by him when he was digging, and I tapped him on the shoulder, howdy. And then when I was, I got a bad back, and then when I wanted to leave after an hour and a half outside or whatever, I went back in and I started yelling them for again. They had 2 rooms there and a foyer. And, I yelled top of my lungs for him, but I couldn't find him, and I left. Sorry about that, Edwin, but, the old back. When the back's going, Bobby's going. Anyhow, let's get on with this. How long have I been doing this already? Holy shit, this is going to be a long one, guys. I'm a 45 collector. Here's a 45 Sandy Nelson Team Beat from England. Sandy Nelson again, Let There Be Drums from England, British copy. Another British copy, the Kingston Trio, Tom Dooley, Hang Down Your Head, Tom Dooley. I like that black and silver English label they got there. Also the London ones too. Here's another British copy here, the Beatles. What is that? Hey Jude? No. Get Back and Don't Let Me Down. Lonely Man, an Elvis Presley British copy. Here's one. Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis, Tennessee Sun Records. The Dixie Cups, Iko, Iko, Ine. Iko, Iko, Ine. Here's Eddie Kendricks, Keep On Truckin'. That's from the West Indies, that one there. Here's a French one, Jimi Hendrix, Hey Joe and Stone Free. Third Stone from the Sun off of his first album. Ooh, that always puts me in a loop. Another French one here, Aeroplane. Now, I'll show some albums. There's some 45s. Now, I'll show some albums. Now, right off the bat, I'm going to show Canadian, because Canadian's a foreign country to me now. It's not the same country I grew up in. Well, Toronto, anyhow. That's where I'm from. Psychedelic cover. I like the psychedelic covers. PFM Cook. That's a Canadian album there. I had to show this. Tragically hip. I don't know. These guys might be my all-time favorite Canadian band. You know, other than, I don't know. I really like these guys when they come out, eh? Here's a Dutch pressing. The Stone Story. That's actually rolled gold, the old rolled gold. They call it the Stone Story, the Dutch pressing here. But I mean, it's all the exact same records and on rolled gold. Here's that Israeli album, Churchills. But this is a special copy. It's not an original. I don't know what they're worth, a G-Note or something like that nowadays. But this copy here, see the guy, there was a guy in Israel, what's his name, Avi? No, not Avi, that's another Jewish guy I know. Jesus, I forget his name now. I'm sorry right now. I'm sort of flabbergasted. That's bugging me. Anyhow, he gave his original pressing of the Churchills album to these guys here that were repressing it years later. And to thank him, they gave him a bunch of represses. I don't know how many they gave him, but he sent me this copy here. So this is one of his original copies that were sent to him from the company that made the represses. So this is actually a special album. I give mine away. I thought it was a bootleg or something like that in a contest. I don't remember who won it. I never remember that stuff, who gave me what or what I gave away. I don't know, that kind of stuff. I don't know, funny about it. Here's a Scottish record. Alex Anderson. I think he's a Scottish man. Well, I know he is, right? And who gave me this? I think, yeah, this come from Ireland. Dave. Plant. I very seldom can remember names. Now here's an American. I had to show this. This is the first U.S. pressing of Led's. This is mastered by Robert Ludwig. You know, it's got the Porky on it and the other stuff. You know, and you know his records sound fantastic. I really like this one. This is probably my pride and joy of all my American records. Well, maybe not. I don't know. There's Hendrix, another American. Valley of Neptune. I'll show you some American Psych album covers. I like the Psych album covers here, right? This is Baron von Tollbooth and the Chrome Nun. That's Katner, Grace Slick, who was no none, believe me, and David Freiberg. Psychedelic. I like the Psych covers. It reminds me of the 60s and my acid days. Psych covers, that's Greta Van Fleet. A new band that sounds quite a bit like Led Zeppelin, and I love the Lead. Great band, especially live. Here's Mike Cointreau, the Jam Band. They're a nice Psych cover there, too. I really like the Psych covers, eh? Here's some English. 10 years after, Cricklewood Green, British copy. I paid $32.99 plus tax. I remember taking this up to the counter. I had bought a bunch of records. This was a year or two ago, and I was with, who the hell was I with? Digging with? I forget now. And I took it up to the counter, and you know, the guy totaled up everything. Wait a minute, and I says, well. And I was saying, holy, because I thought I had all $8 and $9 records, right? I just grabbed the records. I don't look at the prices most of the time. And And I says, well, how I see one that's like $35 with the tax, and I says, which one's that? And he says, 10 years after it, and I already had a copy of it. And I said to myself, shit, I don't want it then for that kind of money. And I started to walk out, and the guy says, well, I don't blame you. It's a lot of money. But he says, as I'm walking out the door, he says, after all, it is a British copy. So I stopped, turned around, and I threw the two 20s down on the table. I said, okay, I'll take that one too. Yeah. Here's another British. Assassin's Creed, Open Up the Rivers. Do you guys know this song? Know this album? Know this song? Assassin's Creed, they're like the 80s, late 80s. I'm going to play it for you, and that'll be the end of it. Edwin, that's my contest entry for you there, buddy. You ever come back to Toronto again, look me up. I'm sorry, we couldn't hook up a lot longer and all of that, but, I can't handle... my back's killing me. I'm an old guy now. Christ, I'm going blind too. Got glaucoma, cataracts, and macular degeneration. Found out when I tried to get a prescription a little while ago. I went and seen specialists. Didn't like the place. It was out in Mississauga, so I talked to my doctor 2 weeks ago. I told him to get me in to see a specialist in Toronto. And I says, I need to see one soon. And he says, oh, I don't know if I can get you soon. But anyhow, Doc got me to see a specialist. I got a phone call like 3 days later. A week later, I was in there a couple of days ago for a bunch of tests. And now tomorrow, what's today, Monday? Tomorrow, Tuesday, I see the top dog, and then they're going to, do the shit they do with you. They burn up. Well, first they got to fix stuff. Anyhow, I'll be A-okay. It's never, don't be crying and whining about it or anything like that, please, right? I hate that kind of shit. Everything is going to be super duper cool. I only told one guy about it, actually, and that was Robbo, and he got all excited and said, he's sorry and all of that for me. It's nothing to be sorry about, guys. I mean, I'm happy to be alive. You got no idea. Anyhow, Edwin, that's my contest entry. Later, guys. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Don't drink too much.
Sacred.